Welcome back. We're now being joined by the acting resident representative, Mr. Opia Kuma, to talk to us on the UNICEF warning on food shortage in the Lake Chad Basin area. Well, we're asking that from the reports released by UNICEF, can you tell us what your assessment is of the situation?
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you for giving us this opportunity. The situation described by our sister agency, UNICEF, describes very accurately the tragedy that is unfolding in the Northeast and the challenge that is confronting all UN agencies and humanitarian actors in the area. What has happened is that the insurgency has created this crisis, and it has resulted in widespread destruction of infrastructure, schools, health facilities, and so on. So young people, older people, and the population at large who were behind the front lines had no access to essential services. And this had given rise to a lot of suffering and death in those areas. In the past several months, as you all know, the military has made significant advances, cleared a lot of areas, and therefore a lot of access has been granted to the UN and humanitarian actors.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kuma, for joining us on the program. Mr. Opia Kuma is the acting resident representative of UNICEF in Nigeria. Now, welcome to our Africa Tech segment. The technology business has ushered a number of young executives into their company's top jobs in recent years, and Taylor Gibbs is one of those executives. Taylor was not fortunate to complete his education, and unlike some top shots in the tech world who dropped out of universities such as Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Bill Gates, Gibbs dropped out of school at the age of 14. At age 23, he shoulders a lot of responsibilities, such as working closely with product teams in Redmond, Washington, United States, as well as local Microsoft offices to align both business and technical strategy with existing and potential clients. Taylor joins us on the show to discuss and share his experience. Well, thank you for joining us on Network Africa. Taylor, what will you say was your greatest influence to launch out at a very young age?
Thank you for having me. I would say my greatest influence was actually the lackluster educational system we have in South Africa. I was always a creative child, and I think the educational system, at least in South Africa, tried to put me into a box in which I didn't belong. I think along with my interest in tech, it was pretty clear from a young age that I wanted to do something with computers. I didn't really know what, but starting at that young age allowed me to experience the different realms of computers in terms of software development, the business side. And yeah, I think it just started from a really young age, and it was just something that was destined to be.
Well, what's your advice to younger CEOs, knowing it's a competitive world out there?
Perseverance. It hasn't always been a glamorous trip. I mean, I started when I dropped out of school fixing computers in someone's garage, and all you have to do is set yourself a goal. You do what you can to achieve that goal, and you don't stop until you achieve it. Once you achieve that goal, you set a next one, and you just carry on working one goal at a time until you get where you want to be. I would say that is possibly the biggest thing that has kept me going all these times. You need to set yourself small, achievable goals, and you just go one after the other.
Well, Taylor, before I let you go, I'd like to get your comments on the recent acquisition of LinkedIn by Microsoft.
I think that there's a small number of large tech companies that could have made an acquisition of that size, and Microsoft, in my opinion, is probably the best fit given the other technology they own. Off the top of my head, I can think of some interesting integrations with Dynamics CRM, Outlook, whereas the other big firms, Apple wouldn't really have a use for it. Facebook could be interesting, but I still think Microsoft was the better option in that case.
Thank you very much, Taylor, for talking to us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
And that's it on the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I am BC Adebayo.